everybody, it's Lon.TV, and I got invited out to New York City to check out the new Moto 360 yesterday, and this is it here. They have a smaller version now, thankfully, a 42mm version, which you can see on the right. The original size, the 46mm, is still around too, but I really like the size of the 42. I think they've nicely shrunk it down to a point where I think it's more attractive. So you can see it next to my 42mm Apple Watch here. That's the 42mm Moto. Very, very nice. It is round, but it does have that flat tire on the screen that we saw on the original version. There's some technical reasons for that. And the ending price on it is $429. So that's the top end price, depending on what you configure it with as far as bands and overall look. So you can get a gold watch, not a gold watch, but a gold colored watch for $429, and at the kind of the base level, $299. So not very expensive on either end. So you can get a pretty nice decked out watch from a style standpoint, relatively inexpensively. There are 3 different tracks that you can enter this product from. So they have a men's style, a women's style, and a sport edition. So the big difference between the men's and the women's styles are just aesthetics mostly. They have changed some of the band options as well as some of the watch casing options depending on gender. So they're kind of taking the route that a lot of traditional watch manufacturers have taken by having a men's and a women's style point to kind of get started with. So the band options, of course, will be different on the women's side. They have a nice wraparound leather band for it, as well as a few other things out there. Pretty attractive bands, actually. A lot of different versions will be available at launch, so you can kind of choose what looks best for you. And they're also very easily interchangeable too, so that was nice to see. But they also have a sport edition, which is going to have features that the other 2 watches don't have. One is onboard GPS, so you can leave your phone at home, go out and take a run, and when you get back, it'll have given you your GPS information for the run that you took. All the watches will have the heart rate and the pedometer, but the GPS on board the watch will be unique to the Sport Edition. The Sport Edition also has a reflective screen, so if you're out in direct sunlight, you should be able to see the watch face without having to go find some shade somewhere. So they call it a hybrid screen, where you'll be traditionally backlit when you're indoors or not in a terribly bright environment, but if you're under sunlight somewhere, you should be able to see the watch. I believe it's not going to be color when it's being hit with the sun, but you will be able to read the numbers on there and see how you're performing on your run. We are going to get the watch in here in the studio to check out probably in about a week or 2. So as soon as it gets here, we're going to put it through its paces. I'm going to look at the overall performance of the watch as it relates to connecting it on the Android platform, but Android Wear on these new watches is also going to be working with the iPhone too. So we're going to do probably a separate series on how it works with the iPhone and what maybe some of the limitations are there. But pretty nice though that Apple owners will have some choices now. If you don't like the square Apple Watch, you can get a round one from Motorola. So good to have some choices out in the marketplace, and we'll see how it functions on both platforms. So stay tuned for that. I just wanted to give you kind of a brief overview of what I saw out there. I didn't get a lot of time to play with it yet, so we'll see how it performs as a watch when it arrives, but it was nice to see them really get that size shrunk down, because I really felt the old one looked like a hockey puck, at least on my wrist, so it was good to see something a little bit smaller. So stay tuned. We'll have some in-depth on that product as soon as it arrives. Thanks for watching, and this is Lon.TV.